I'm going to tell you everything you want to know about the all-new MISC Reliant Mako, and we're starting right now.
Hello, how can MISC help you today? Systems on.
Welcome to a Star Citizen's Buyer's Guide. What's up, citizens? This is Subliminal here, and today we'll be discussing the features, functions, and benefits of the MISC Reliant Mako, and we'll compare those features amongst competing ships so you can make an informed buying decision. Actually, there aren't any competing ships. We'll just compare it to some random ships that have random one-off purposes also. We'll cover a brief overview, review stat comparisons, go over weapons, discuss components, take a look at the exterior, take a tour of the interior, review pros and cons, and finish up with my thoughts on the ship being reviewed. If this is our first time meeting, be sure to check out some of my other reviews in this series and consider subscribing. Now let's get to it. The MISC Reliant Mako is a reporting ship manufactured by none other than Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern, or MISC for short. MISC is a human-based company out of the Centauri system founded in 2805. The MISC Reliant Mako is the news van variant of the Reliant series. The Empire depends on up-to-the-second information, which is why reporters need to be able to go where the news is happening, wherever, whenever. Enter the Mako. All the flexibility and dependability of the MISC Reliant, combined with a state-of-the-art image enhancement suite and turret-mounted optics to capture every moment as it happens with the clarity and accuracy that makes headlines. The MISC Reliant series is a starter ship line that utilizes advanced Xeon designs. Features broad, sleek wings, omnidirectional thrusters, and a fully articulated two-seat cockpit that supports horizontal and vertical flight modes. The Reliant Mako is one of 4 Reliant series variants. The Kore, Tana, and Zen are also available. Stay tuned for my reviews on those at a later date. The Mako is currently flight ready. It is available for purchase and upgrade on the Pledge store for $85 War Bond and $95 standalone, and on average it sells for $102 on the gray market. It is not currently available to purchase with Alpha UEC. With that out of the way, let's see how it compares to other ships you might be considering. For comparison, I've selected the following 10 ships. The Google Sheets document with the data is linked in the description. If this is your first time here, check the Google Sheet or pause the screen for an explanation on how I have selected and compared ships. The Mako comes in at around 38,000 kilograms. It has a max crew size of 3, has a cargo capacity of 0 SCU. It has 4,300 hit points across its body. This ranks 4th. Its shields take 7th place and can withstand almost 6,500 hit points of damage. Has a sustained gun DPS of 385, this is very low but to be expected for a reporting ship, and a burst DPS of over 458, this ranks 6th place and very low. It has a combined missile payload of 0, no biggie, only 3 ships on this list have missiles. It has a fuel capacity of over 37,000 fuel units. It has a max yaw pitch rate of 65 degrees per second, this takes 5th place. Has an SCM speed of 166 meters per second. The Reliant series does terrible here. This is 1 meter per second faster than a Cutlass Black. And its top speed of over 1100 meters per second takes 5th place and isn't great either. The Quantum Drive has a 42 megameter per second quantum speed. This is also very low. So travel from Port Alizar to ArcCorp will take you about 16 minutes and 40 seconds. It has a QT range of 67 gigameters. That takes the number 1 spot on this list. So it can travel from Port Alizar to ArcCorp 1.6 times before needing to refuel. Now let's talk about its firepower, or lack thereof. The Mako comes with 2 size 2 weapon hardpoints. On the wings, we have 2 size 2 M4A laser autocannons each. One M4A is size 2, has 183 energy damage, with 75 RPM for a total of 229 DPS and a 2,000 meter range. On the wing tips, it has 1 Reliant Kernan camera package on the starboard side, and 1 Reliant utility cap on the port side. One really unique thing about the Reliant series is its completely modular design. By that I mean you can take the wingtip components, like the mounts on the Tana or Kore, and add them to the wingtips of any other Reliant. This even includes the paint job. In this example, I have taken our almost defenseless Reliant Mako's burst DPS from 458 to 1260. Of course, you would need to own the other Reliant variants in question or buy the components in game, but I'm assuming that's not possible yet, but this is still a pretty cool feature. Now for the components. The standard components available on the Mako are as follows. It has two size 1 heat-safe coolers that provide 200,000 max cooling per second each, one size 1 sonic light power plant with almost 2300 max power generation per second, two size 1 shimmer shield generators with more than 3200 capacity each, and last but not least, we have one size 1 drift quantum drive with a 42 megameter per second quantum speed and a 10-second cooldown. Let's take a look at the exterior. The first thing you'll notice is its very wide stance, and of course, its bright yellow paint job. I kinda like its paint job, it's grown on me. We'll start on the left side first. Here we have the Reliant Kernan camera package on the port side wingtip. Next we have one empty missile launcher pod. Not sure why this is here if you can't add the missile bay from the Tana. And a size 2 M4A laser autocannon. Next we have some sort of scanner. Let me know in the comments what you think or know what this actually is. Next is the crew pod. Hopefully this will detach as an escape pod in the future. Next we have the second M4A, the other empty missile pod, and on the port side wingtip we have an empty cap. Around the rear we have some exhaust, as well as the VTOL thrusters. And finally the cargo bay. This is the only entrance to the ship. Now for the interior. As with the entire Reliant series, we have two beds on the port side. On the starboard side, we have the media center with, count 'em, 14 MFDs. Behind us, we have a head. Behind us again, we have a server rack and an access panel. Moving towards the cockpit, we have what is likely to be component storage. This has great access for the pilots when the component and repair mechanic is implemented into the game. Let's head towards the pilot seats. First, we have a co-pilot seat with one MFD and access to the camera. Next is the pilot seat with 6 MFDs and a radar. The Reliant series does not have an ejection feature as of right now. This is what it looks like from inside the cockpit when flight mode is activated. FYI, when flight mode is activated, you cannot exit your seat. I would say its pros are its quantum range is pretty good. The Reliant series modularity can allow you to actually equip some pretty good firepower. And it is the only ship in the game with a 2949 GoPro attached. Its cons are the camera overlay that has a crosshair, chromatic aberration, and banding for no good reason, as well as no ability for the pilot to be able to use it by himself. And well, everything else. It's slow, has terrible DPS, it has no missiles, low quantum range. I could go on and on, but I think you get the point. So, my thoughts. You would think I'd say it sucks, right? Actually, no. I think this is a great ship. Star Citizen is supposed to be a universe where you decide what you want to do within it. If what you want to do is record space battles or B-roll footage, then do that. It serves its purpose and it serves it well. One gripe I have with the ship is that it has weapons in the first place. I personally believe not all ships should come with weapons. If the Mako was to engage in a fight with even just a light fighter, would it matter if it had 385 DPS or 0? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Plus, it does this. How cool is that? I will personally be adding this to my fleet. Let's continue this conversation down in the comments. The next ship in my review series will be the MISC Reliant Zen. I would like to know your thoughts on it, the new Reliant Mako, and what ship you would like to see next down in the comments. Did you like this review? Like it. Subscribe by clicking the circle here, check out some of my other reviews in this series here, and if you enjoy my content and would like to support the channel further, check the description for ways to do so. However, your viewership is more than enough. Until next time, citizens, I'll see you in the verse.